Hey guys, Brian here with Triple Feed. We just got the SIONYX Aurora Pro and Black action cameras as well as their Picatinny mounts in the mail. We got them mounted here on some rifles. We're going to take them out to the range, shoot them, run them, see what these things can do. Just waiting for the sun to go down, and we'll show you guys what these things are all about. So we're here at the range finally. It is night time, it is dark. I got the Aurora Pro here as well as the Aurora Black by SIONYX, as well as their Picatinny mounts. You can notice it's just a basic Picatinny mount. It mounts on the underside with a male-female adapter and then a flathead screw. We are also going to mount these on an AR-15 chambered in 5.56 as well as a 9mm chambered AR-15 platform, as well as two different types of optics. Just have a basic EOTech over here on this side, and then we have a Leupold LCO on this one. We chose these optics because the viewfinder on the Auroras is rectangular in shape. These are both also rectangular, so it kind of complements it. It also does work on a round, such as an aim pointer or something of that nature, but we just found that these complement the Aurora well, and we will shoot and test them and see if we can see any noticeable difference between the two optics. As you can see, I already have the optics mounted to the rifles, and this is obviously a further forward position on the rail than I would normally mount the optic, but again, we're making room for the Aurora to mount behind it, since it is a behind mount system. One thing to take note of is you want to mount the Aurora as far back as possible without impeding the operation of the charging handle, because the eye relief is not the best, because it is designed originally to put directly up to your eye. But a lot of people were starting to mount them on the gun, and hence they came with Picatinny rail, and it's blown up from there. So we're excited to try it. But so you want to mount this as close to the rear as you possibly can. Just like any Picatinny mount, you find the slot that the screw fits in nicely, and then you can just finger tight this. Again, this is a basic mount. There's no quick release, none of that stuff. Your screw point is going to be on the right side, and then once you get it hand tight, I like to just give it a quarter turn with the Leatherman. The actual optic itself is rated to 4,000 rounds, a 5.56, so that is the shock rating or caliber rating, whatever you want to call it. So this is what it looks like mounted, specifically behind an EOTech. All your knobs, your on-off functions, your modes are on the left side here. You have your manual focus up front here, and when we hit record, and we'll show you guys later on, there's kind of this like fine dance you have to do between the manual focus as well as the zoom to get as clear of a picture as you possibly can. So again, it's mounted as rear forward as I can do without impeding the function of the charging handle. My optic is in front of it, as well as close to it as the Picatinny options will allow. And then of course buttstock adjustment is also important. So when you get that cheek well, again, you can be as far forward on it as possible without eye scoping yourself and getting any sort of injury like that. So that's it mounted. It's the same exact way to mount over here. We're gonna show you the difference. Again, we got the Pro, we got the Black, we got Leupold LCO, and an EOTech. Let's go shoot this thing. We were out here at the range testing out the SIONYX Aurora Black and the Pro model. There's definitely a difference between the two. It's reflected in the price. You guys could probably see that in the video. Both great, phenomenal little units. Marketed as an action cam, and that's exactly where it is, with day mode, twilight mode, night mode. We obviously ran it here at night, mounting behind the gun, which is a fairly new application for this thing. But man, phenomenal, budget friendly, great for a million different things I can think of in terms of recreational, hunting, home defense. I don't know if I'd, necessarily put my life on the line with this unit, but again, it's an action cam. It has its place, and full color night vision, really hard to beat. I mean, a conventional unit, you're spending anywhere from $5,000 to $30,000. I don't have that kind of money. Great little unit, great little option. So, obviously throughout the shoot, we discovered a lot of things, a lot of pros, a lot of cons. So this Leupold LCO originally was on a riser. We were running it with actual drop-down nods for a course, and we obviously had to take that off the riser. So, obviously marrying the height of the optic you're using and the SIONYX behind it. Also, you can see the space here between the two, the Leupold and the SIONYX, and the EOTech over here. They're different, and every optic's going to have its unique quality. But the SIONYX offers the zoom, the manual focus. We just messed with the settings and got it to marry up just fine, and it worked great. The EOTech, we did find that it couldn't dim low enough to not wash out past like 75 yards. So if you are going to run it with the EOTech, I personally recommend it with the NVG capable EOTech. So keep that in mind. And again, these two housings of these red dots are rectangular by design. So is the viewfinder with the Aurora, so they matched up real well. I have no doubt that any sort of cylindrical tube red dot would work just fine. Aim point, things like that, I don't see having any issues. Man, I'm just impressed. You guys can look them up online, SIONYX. Look at all their models. They have a few different ones, and the record function, I think, is probably the most amazing thing, because I don't know of any other action cams on the market showing color IR that have a record option. So that's super cool. Again, a million different applications. It was a pleasure. Thanks.